Lloyd. A little slow tonight, isn't it?
Hello there.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
Stay on target.
Dylan! Son of a bitch.
Welcome to the Salt River Movie Club.
Hello, and welcome back to the Salt River Movie Club podcast, episode 2. We have successfully made it to episode 2.
Yay!
And yes, we are, for those of you who are tuning in for the first time, we are 3 members of the band Salt River Shakedown. And yes, this podcast is not about that band. This is a podcast about movies where we discuss one movie every episode. And yeah, just in depth, geeky chat about films we like. Or don't like sometimes, but we'll get to that eventually. This is a good movie we're watching today.
Yes.
So I am drummer Jake.
I am guitarist Alec.
Yes.
I'm still Toto the dog from the last episode.
God damn it, Sean.
Hello, I'm Sean. I play bass. So
Excellent. Yes. So first of all, thank you to anyone that listened to the previous episode. As of recording right now, it is not up on Apple Podcasts. So
the only place.
Hopefully it goes up at some point.
It's the only place that
it's on Spotify and all that.
It's on Spotify. It's on Amazon. It's on Podbean. I think that's it as of right now. But yes, hopefully you will have heard it. Most people listen to podcasts and Apple Podcasts, so hopefully it's appeared on there at some point.
It's fine. It'll be fine.
Yeah. So yes, thank you to anyone that listened. We had a few little reactions from people, and people seem to like it, so that's good. This is the first proper episode. So yes, thank you for listening if you were tuning in.
Thank you.
Let's start with a little just catch up. How are you? What have you been watching recently? We'll start with you, Alec.
Yes,
what have you been watching, reading, playing, whatever?
I have been watching Clone Wars, as I said last time, and it has been very eventful.
Excellent.
There are some characters that I've discovered that I do not like. What's his name again?
Pong Krell.
Pong Krell. That's the guy.
Have you opened that link?
Yes,
You opened that link I sent you?
Yeah, it's so good.
So, for anyone that doesn't know, Pong Krell is a Star Wars character from the animated show Star Wars: The Clone Wars. He does some awful shit, and everyone hates him. And there is a subreddit called r/fuck Pong Krell, and it's amazing.
He's such a knob, man. Like, he's the actual worst.
It's excellent.
Yes. He's up there with like, Voldemort and like all those like it's right up there.
Yeah. How good is that storyline though? That's such a great
That is good, yeah.
arc. Yeah.
Good.
It's nice getting more stuff from the clones. Has that been your entire time since
Pretty
last time?
much,
Just watching Clone
pretty
Wars?
much. I'm just like getting through it, man, trudging through it. I'm determined.
Yeah. You did watch Galaxy Quest.
I did
also
watch
watched
Galaxy
Galaxy
Quest. That was fantastic. I didn't stop laughing all the way through it. It was genuinely hilarious. Like,
Yeah, I
so
can't
good.
remember if it was on the podcast or just afterwards talking between us that we discovered that Sean and Alec had never seen Galaxy Quest, which is an incredible movie. But that has now been rectified.
yes, it's so fun.
yes.
it's one of the funnest.
We'll probably
things
do an
to
episode on that in the future, but yeah.
Definitely should.
Yes.
Yeah. Sean, what have you been watching, reading, playing, listening to?
So I've not watched a lot of things because I've been playing the hell out of Cyberpunk 2077. But
Excellent.
I recently got hit by the big update, so I went over to Netflix to see what was new, and they put up a film that I genuinely forgot existed called Zathura. Do any of you remember Zathura?
Yes.
I remember.
I do remember
yeah.
Zathura.
It's just as bad as I remember, but oh my god.
Yeah. I don't remember it being good.
It was awful.
No.
I watched it and I was like, this is not enjoyable.
Yeah, with a very young Kristen Stewart, if I remember right.
Yeah, that was very strange to see her in it. But she also ends up spending half the movie as a mannequin, so
Is Taylor
literally
Lautner in that
because
movie?
like the mannequin gets frozen into cryo sleep. What was that?
Is Taylor Lautner in that movie? Or am I thinking of something else?
That's a different film.
No, he's not. Is he? No, it's another kid. It's another one. No,
I think you're thinking.
No, it's the guy from Bridge to Terabithia, isn't it?
Yes, I can't remember his
It
name.
is, yes, that is.
That's the
I think
one.
you're thinking of Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Yeah. No, I got mixed up.
That was a film we need
Yeah,
to
go
watch.
on.
It's just that's a terrible movie.
Oh, it's so good though. It's so good.
That is a film we need to put on here at some point.
Oh, 100%. Straight from
And you
that.
also Yes. And you also watched Galaxy Quest. Yeah?
I did watch the Galaxy Quest. I have seen it before. I just didn't recognize it until it got to the point where they got on the spaceship, and I was like, "Oh, I have seen this."
For me, it was like literally, how have I not seen this movie? Like, this is amazing.
Like you in particular, it's like it was.
So
I was like that. Alec will love that movie. Like,
So
it's
My
great.
favorite
It's,
part is like, oh, she doesn't talk. Her translator's broken. She just shouts out with. I was fucking dying.
It's so. I love the aliens and the weird awkward shuffle they have, and the
So
please, Commander, you are our last hope.
So if you talk from like the back of his throat, like
The creepy smiles and everything. Oh god. Oh god.
We have prepared your limousine. Yes. Cool. And just go over what I've been watching and stuff.
what have you been doing?
What have I been watching? I've asked you this question and not prepared an answer for myself.
Smart.
I have also been playing a lot of Cyberpunk 2077, despite its glitches, because it's
I
amazing.
suppose we need to address that really quick. It is a glitch fest and a half, but it's still really good.
Yes, it is. If you have not bought it yet and you own a base PS4, you maybe want to wait a couple months. Like, Sean is having good luck with it, but he's the exception to the rule.
For some reason, whenever a really glitchy game comes out, everyone always gets problems. My dinosaur of a PlayStation seems to be holding up fine. It's so weird.
Yeah, that is strange.
Excuse me.
What else have I been doing? I've been reading a lot of comics. I'm currently reading Crisis on Infinite Earths, the DC 1985 story where they rebooted the entire DC universe. And it is fucking incomprehensible.
Yeah.
It is so hard to read because it is like it's like just ending like a 40-year run of continuity. So I'm coming in at the end of that. But the idea is that after this point, you can read anything that came after that, and it makes sense.
See, what we could talk about if Sean watched the bloody Mandalorian, we could talk about that, but he hasn't watched any of it, so me and Jake are forced not to talk about it.
The finale was very
Well, considering all
They gave us what we wanted.
considering all Christmas plans that have been cancelled for this year, I'll probably sit and binge it.
Mate,
true.
there's no reason for you not to watch
I know.
it. It's so good.
You are a fake Star Wars fan until you watch The Mandalorian. No, I'm joking, man.
It is the best Star Wars, like, right now. Like,
it is probably the best thing in the Disney era so
I
far.
think so. It's like,
Sorry.
when you look back on like the last 3 movies, like the new ones, it's like you're like I love them, and I loved them when they come out, and I still do love them, but it is kind of like, what was the point? Do you know what I mean? Like, they could have done something totally different and made it cool, but I still love those movies. But
I love them. Yeah, I particularly love Rogue One, and I'm a big fan of Last Jedi. I think that's the best of that trilogy.
I think Last Jedi is my favorite as well.
Yeah. We are those people.
I know.
We've just lost a bunch of subscribers, but that's fine.
On the subject of that, actually, just really quickly, I read a really, really weird article title, and I refused to read it. It was Rogue One is the best of the Star Wars Disney era.
I mean, a lot of people have that opinion, man. Like, it's
I don't think it is, but I think it's a good movie. But
I need to find that.
It's probably the best made overall out of them, but
it's great on the first watch, I think.
Yeah.
I like that movie a lot.
It's good. I know I really love that movie, and the Vader scene is excellent, but it's just a little lacking character wise in places. Like, you don't really get to know Jyn Erso that much, and like it's. But no, I do like that, and I'm quite excited about the Cassian Andor spin-off show from that. Yeah,
that'll be fun. It's always interesting when they take a character that's, spoilers, died, and like try to make a show, because then it's like you never really feel any danger because you know that he's going to be alive till that point. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of it'd be interesting to see how they cope with that.
Yeah,
that happens. That problem seems to crop up a lot, especially in big franchises, especially like Marvel, for one. Like, the one that really got me was the Captain Marvel one, because you're like, she's going to appear in Endgame, but her movie came out just before it. And it's like, well, we know nothing's going to happen to her because she has to come in at this movie.
Yeah, straight. Like, that's the kind of trick, isn't it? Again, it's still be exciting. You know,
Yeah.
it's like that. This is a weird example. You guys seen the film Valkyrie with Tom Cruise?
Yes, it's a great movie.
That's a
Not
great
recently.
movie about it's about a group of Nazis who tried to assassinate Hitler, basically. And it amazingly manages to be the most tense movie ever, even though you know they didn't make it.
Interesting.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Oh, it's so good. That's actually one
Yeah.
of my favourite Tom Cruise movies. It's good.
Yeah, he's great in it. Yeah.
Anyway, we shouldn't go off too much of a tangent because we still have a whole podcast to shoot. We still need to watch this
We
movie.
do. So
Oops.
let's move on to our main topic on
Yes.
this episode, which is the movie Scrooged.
It's Christmas.
Came out. Yes, this is our Christmas episode. Don't get used to it. We don't do this often.
Once a year, funnily enough.
Yeah, well, yeah.
This is the first year.
And next year, it's absolutely going to be Die Hard as well. So
Yeah,
brace
yeah.
yourselves for that.
100%.
Die Hard is a Christmas
It's a
movie.
Christmas movie.
It's a Christmas movie.
Fight
Have you
us.
seen there's a clip of Bruce Willis saying that it's not a Christmas movie, and then it proceeds with like every Christmas bit in the movie, and there's so many. Like it just is a Christmas movie. Like
Yeah, but to be fair, have you heard the full quote that he said?
No.
no, I
Is it-
haven't. That wasn't
it
taken
was-
out of context.
Basically, that moment was taken out of context. What he said was, "It's not a Christmas movie. It's a fucking Bruce Willis movie."
Oh, okay.
Of course it is.
That makes sense.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Fight us.
As is the second one. But yes, so Scrooged. First things first. Who has seen Scrooged? Who has not seen Scrooged?
I have seen Scrooge when I
Not
was
for a
younger. Cannot
long
remember it
time.
at all. So basically,
Okay.
like seeing it, unless I remember some bits, but I doubt I will.
Okay, John.
I have not
John?
seen it for a long time.
Okay, so
What
both of
is-
you have seen it, but you can't
no,
really
sorry.
remember it.
Yeah.
So my computer's
John,
acting
you're
up a
quite-
little bit.
You're
Apologies.
quite quiet for me just now, by the way, Sean.
All right.
Just to let you know. That's better.
Okay.
Just stay there.
Just stay there.
His face pressed into the mic.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. We're about to stop. We're about to stop recording for this section anyway.
Cool.
Yes.
So, a bit of information about the movie. It came out in 1988. It's directed by Richard Donner, who is best known for the Christopher Reeve Superman movies.
Oh, okay.
Um,
yeah.
It stars Bill Murray, Karen Allen, John Forsythe, Alfred Woodard, John Glover, Bobcat Goldthwait, and David Johansen and Carol Kane. Written by Mitch Glazer and Michael Donoghue, and score by Danny Elfman.
Yay! I love Danny Elfman.
Danny
So-
Elfman.
This is
He's amazing.
He's absolutely superb.
this and Die Hard. I think are my two favorite Christmas movies.
That's
I think
fair.
this is a great
Just-
movie.
That's
It's
quite
an
fair.
adaptation. Huh?
Just to add a point in, Jake doesn't like Christmas.
Leave him alone. Yes, he does.
Don't be spreading that I don't like Christmas. That is not true. I just like Christmas for 2 weeks and not the 3 months that usually surrounds it, you know?
I had my Christmas decorations up in November. I'd regret nothing.
Give Halloween a chance, man. Like, come on. But yes, so yes, I have seen this movie like a lot. This is one of my favorite movies. Also, it's Bill Murray, who is just, I think, is a genius. And yeah, we're about to get into it. We're watching it on Amazon Prime. So if you want to watch it too, you can find it there if you have an Amazon Prime account, or you can buy it from CEX for 50p. So
50p.
up to you. Yes. So we're gonna do this now.
Yeah, let's do it.
We will be back very shortly. See you soon.
Almost momentarily.
Yes, for you it'll be instant. For us, it'll be about 2 hours.
Aha.
Enjoy.
Right. Bye.
7 o'clock, Psycho sees Santa's workshop, and only Lee Majors can stop them. In the night the reindeer died. Be here.
You can't show that commercial. That thing looked like the Manson family Christmas special.
Think I'm way off base?
Yes, you're a tad off base, sir.
Frank Cross is more than the youngest network president in television history.
Call security. Have them change his locks and toss him out of the building.
Oh, he's fired? It's Christmas.
Thank you. Call accounting. Stop his bonus. Oh, watch out.
He's a thoughtful boss,
Thanks, boys. Get the nurse.
a generous brother,
What did he give you last year?
I don't remember.
A shower curtain.
Ma'am, I think you dropped something here.
and a true humanitarian.
I can't get the antlers glued onto this little guy. We've tried crazy glue.
Have you tried Staples?
But his life is about to change.
That was a good one.
You
are going to be visited by 3 ghosts tomorrow at noon.
God, tomorrow's bad for me, Lou. As a matter of fact, the whole rest of the week is a washout.
See Bill Murray get Scrooged.
We've just listened to an hour and 40 minutes of Danny Elfman doing this thing.
We have.
It's been a good time. Yes, we have just watched Scrooged.
We have indeed.
Let's start with your opinions on it, seeing as you guys remember it less than I do. Sean, will you go first? Did you enjoy Scrooged?
I loved that movie. See, I like the original story that it's based on, Christmas Carol. I've not read the Charles Dickens version, but I've watched. This is going to sound bad. I've seen the Muppets version, and that's my favorite version.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's most people's favorite version, to be honest.
Scrooged is absolutely one of my favorite Christmas comedies of all time. I honestly think it might be one of Bill Murray's best performances. Like the thing that hits me immediately is you can actually feel his character progression through the whole film. Like it starts off being, a bit of a dick,
does sell it,
but he gets worse. Yeah. And then as soon as the ghosts start appearing, you can sort of see the changes in his head and like his non-belief in the ghosts and stuff. Yeah. And then the second it hits death, you're like, boom, that's you.
Because there was a point before we get into what you thought of Alec. There was a point about halfway through where Alec was like, I can't tell if Bill Murray's a good actor or not. And I can see, this is the thing, I can see why, especially in that movie, because he's very cartoony and big and but when it gets to the emotional hit moments, he does sell them. Like the bit when he finds Herman dead underground, and he starts kind of panicking, and you could hear the kind of stress in his voice, and then at the end there, when the big speech he makes, and he starts tearing up, and it just I don't know. I think he really sells those moments.
That moment in particular, the big speech at the end, I was like, I think Bill Murray is not acting anymore. I think he's just talking at the audience, going.
But this is the thing, this is the thing. He improvises so much of his dialogue. It may well have been mostly him,
But I loved it.
Yeah,
yes,
no,
what did you think?
Yeah, I totally enjoyed it. No, it was really good. Again, my favourite Scrooge is the Muppets. The Christmas Carol's the Muppets, the best one. I've seen the Jim Carrey.
That is fair.
The Jim Carrey animated one is kind of weird but good as well. It's kind of
it's okay.
It's okay, but no, that's definitely up there.
Yeah. The Jim Carrey one is probably the most traditional telling of it in terms of modern ones. Anyway, it goes totally weird because it was a 3D movie in cinemas. There's tons of him snowboarding on rooftops and stuff. What's happening here? But the rest of it is quite traditional.
But it's almost like Bill Murray's acting gets better throughout the movie. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of weird, because he is to me sometimes when he acts, and I don't know if it's deliberate or not, but it just kind of, I don't know, it looks like because he's animated and stuff, it looks like he's remembering the lines, and he kind of forgets. He kind of forgets to act sometimes, almost.
I get you.
Do you know what I mean? He just kind of, it just kind of looks like he's kind of just spurting out the lines sometimes.
I know, he does come across that way. I think it is just. He's just quite a weird guy.
Totally. And I love him. I think.
And because he improvises half his dialogue, he probably is kind of thinking of what to say a lot.
Totally, but it does pay off at those moments. That end, it was amazing acting. That was really good.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Yes. So Jake? Yes, I mean, I've already said I've seen this movie a lot. I love this movie.
Yeah.
I think it's very, very good.
I understand why.
Yes, so do a quick run through of the kind of plot. Everyone knows the plot of Christmas Carol, but
let's do that.
It's a modern retelling of it with Frank Cross instead of Ebenezer Scrooge, played by Bill Murray. And it just, it does the Christmas Carol story of he is a dick. He's a horrible, horrible man. And they really pushed that in this.
Oh, totally.
Like he's probably more of a dick than he's been in any other version.
And in different ways.
Yeah, totally. And then he's visited by 4 ghosts in total to kind of teach him how to be a better person. And then by the end, he loves Christmas. And that's the thing.
Just like you, story. Jake.
Good old redemption story.
Did you just compare me to Scrooge?
Yes.
All right. Yes. So, yeah, no, they do, like, that's one thing to talk about. Like, they really do push it to a point that, like, I feel like you guys at one point were starting to pull away a little bit, just like, I really don't like this guy.
I know. Like, that's the thing. I think a lot of the time in the Christmas Carol story, they, like, obviously he's a bad guy, and they have it almost more like he's like a grumpy old man or something like that.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of like set in his ways, but like this guy is just like an arsehole. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, come on, like you've got no excuses here, like, because he's like
just
a
weapon.
He's just kind of the classic kind of corporate like big man.
Yeah, totally.
That's kind of forgotten himself.
Yeah. Yeah, which is a good opportunity for some Bill Murray improvising. Some of my favorite lines are when he's in full on dick mode. I love the scene where he's trying to talk to Claire and there's someone hammering in the background. And the line, I've written it down here, would you please, for the love of God and your own body, hold the goddamn hammer.
And then everything just falls over.
This is an excellent line. At one point, he's just raging out of the studio, and you just hear him shout, "Pick a side, Grandma!"
Yeah, there's so many great one-liners in that movie. Like,
yeah, there's so many moments. Like the one moment that all caught us all off guard when he was leaving the restaurant, and he just fucking decks it.
Oh yeah,
amazing little like pratfall from Bill Murray where he just like it looks like it's actually
it looks like an accident. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I'm reading up I'm on IMDb and I'm reading like the trivia part, and it says that when he fell out the restaurant, it was unscripted. It was like when he threw the water went behind the actor and made the floor wet.
Oh,
so he just fucking decked it.
That's brilliant. It's a hilarious film, just the way his legs just give out from underneath him, and then he just stands up and keeps going.
You can't you can't script that. Like, that just looks that's what makes it funny, is that it like is real.
Totally. Oh, it's fantastic. Yes. Okay, so I'll go through some of my notes here. I've taken copious notes for everyone at home.
I've got trivia.
We were all, even me, who has seen this movie a lot, we were all very confused by the action movie opening.
Yeah. I know. What is going on? I think, was that the first to kind of clock on? I was like, wait a minute, this is Bill Murray watching a movie.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I think I slowly remembered, but you know, like I see. Well, once I remembered that every time I watch this movie, I go, "What is happening here?" Because it is so weird and out of nowhere.
What is that movie called? The Killing of the Reindeer or something?
the day the reindeer died.
Yeah, that's the one.
I want to watch that movie.
We should make that movie.
We should make that movie.
Let's make that movie.
It's very good. I love Santa. Because it's I can't remember the guy's name, but it's the action hero in it is the guy who plays the $6 billion man. And at one point, Santa just turns to him and goes, "You've been a very good boy this year." It's very funny.
Oh my god.
Something I wanted to bring up that kind of occurred to me in this is that something quite weird about this. Just as a universe, just kind of think about it logically for a second. This is a universe where the story, Charles Dickens' Christmas Carol, exists.
Yes.
So much so that they're doing a production of it in the studio as this movie's going on. And also it just plays out in real life. Like, this is so what is this what I'm asking is this universe suggesting that Charles Dickens actually went through this experience with some real ghosts? Because ghosts exist in this universe.
Or Charles Dickens is the ghost of Christmas Future.
Like, at the end of the movie, Claire sees the ghosts.
Oh yeah.
Does she? I couldn't tell if she was just looking like what are you looking at kind of thing.
No, she sees the ghosts.
Yeah,
because he looks over and he's like, "What the fuck?" And then it cuts to her and she's like, "What the fuck?" And then he just kind of goes, "No, that's fine." Like, do you know what I mean? So she definitely sees them. Like,
and similarly, at one point during the present Christmas scene, I can't remember. There's a dog that sees him.
And the
sense that he's there.
The cab driver. Claire sees the cab driver because she literally goes in the cab with him.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good point.
So he can make himself appear at will to the public.
I have a theory.
Yes.
What if Charles Dickens is the ghost of Christmas Future?
Oh, maybe.
I'd be alright with that. Oh, he's deaf.
He's orchestrated this whole thing. He's like, this guy needs to learn about Christmas.
I want Charles Dickens to be the taxi driver.
That'd be fantastic. We should talk about the ghosts. The ghosts, Ghost of Christmas Past, played by David Johansen.
That was incredible.
Which at one point, Alec left the room and me and Sean talked about this, but Alec, I don't know if you're aware, he is the singer for the New York Dolls.
Oh, is he? Really?
Yeah.
The first guy.
Yeah,
the first ghost,
driver.
the cab driver guy. Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Who is brilliant. I think he's hilarious in that movie. He's just the most New York man in the world.
Yeah, totally. Is he in any other movies or?
I don't actually know.
He's in a few, but nothing you would recognise. Let me just bring up a list.
I've not seen him in anything else, but I love the New York Dolls though.
They're a good band.
Yeah.
What films has he been in? Probably the most recognisable one is Scrooged. Everything else is kind of like mid-90s comedies, I guess. Like ones that you wouldn't really know, like Mr. Nanny, Let It Ride, A Very Muddy Christmas. What?
Oh yeah, Bill Murray did a Christmas special on Netflix a few years ago, and it wasn't very good.
Okay.
Well, I don't remember him in it though. Okay.
He's in a few things that you might.
Oh, I just bobbed the camera, the mic there. Sorry.
The mic. That's all right.
You can cut that out.
I can cut that out. I won't, but I could.
You will. You know what? I'll cut it out before I send it to you.
Okay, cool. Fair enough. I think he's hilarious in it. Niagara Falls is just brilliant. Yeah. And just I love the fact that he spends the entire movie just laughing very, very loudly.
Yeah, totally.
Yes. The second ghost, which is probably the funniest one.
My favourite character, and everyone should be everyone's.
Tinkerbell.
Yeah, the Ghost of Christmas Present, who just spends the entire movie beating up Bill Murray.
There is actually an interesting fact, the trivia thing from IMDb here about Carol Kane. She apparently grabbed Bill Murray's lips so hard that she tore it and halted filming for a few days. That's amazing.
Yeah, it doesn't really look like she's holding back.
Oh no, she kicked it.
Have either of you guys seen Hunters, the TV show on Amazon Prime?
Yes, I've seen the first few episodes.
Did you recognize that ghost from that show?
No.
She is, remember the kind of older couple that's in the group? And she's the wife.
Oh,
and they end up keeping it. Yeah, and they end up keeping a Nazi in the basement. Like that's that couple.
Excuse me.
Yeah. You should watch. We should watch Hunters. It's really, really good.
The first few episodes was good. It kind of lost me a wee bit.
Oh, I loved it, man. I loved it.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's the second ghost, and and we mentioned my favorite line on the last episode, but the bit "Chimney with the toaster" is Bill Murray gold.
Yes, so
that might be. Yeah, that's the best line I've ever heard. Out of context, it's still funny. Oh.
Yeah, that is good. One of my other notes here. You guys were very upset about how mean Scrooge is.
Yeah. Even though he's meant to be mean. Hit me hard.
Literally about 10 minutes into the movie, these guys were like, "What a dick!" And I was like, "He's meant to be Scrooge."
I mean, literally through the entire movie, we're all just like, "This guy's a weapon."
I want to see the Christmas Carol, but like done in reverse. So the guy's like super nice, and he just turns into a prick.
That must be a movie somewhere.
Yeah, that's probably been done at some point. I can't imagine how it would work for a movie like that, but yes, I can. Yes.
Here's an interesting one, actually. I don't know if you want to jump in. This was Bill Murray's first starring role since Ghostbusters. There you go.
How long before was Ghostbusters?
Ghostbusters was 1984. This was 19.
All right, so yeah, 4 years later.
A 4-year break, yeah.
Oh, what was he doing?
I don't know.
I've heard a fun thing about what Bill Murray does is that he doesn't have an agent or anything like that, and apparently
I've heard this,
so he just has like a telephone number that you can ring him on, and if he answers you, he'll debate whether he does the movie and then call you back, and then he doesn't have any communication with you or anything, and he'll just like turn up on the set.
Yeah. They have to like pitch their movie to his answering machine.
Yep.
And then he'll call them back if he likes the idea, which makes me kind of go, "How did Garfield slip through?"
Money.
Although
they basically pitched it and went, right, Bill, you're gonna be a cat, but we're giving you 10 mil. So, and he just called him straight back.
So 10 mil, you say?
Interesting. Yeah, there is an old legend about that. The Garfield movie is written by a guy called Joel Cohen, not the Coen brother, who is also called Joel Cohen, but Cohen spelled differently. Right. And the legend is that Bill Murray thought it was a Coen brothers Garfield movie.
Seriously, and that's why he took it on.
Yeah. And they just didn't back out. Which, by the way, Coen brothers Garfield movie. I'm so down for that.
Mate, Garfield's a good movie anyway. The first one.
It's not. When was the last time you watched that?
When I was a kid, but we're gonna leave it at that.
Yeah. It's one of those you don't revisit.
Yeah.
I've just found quite possibly the most bizarre fact ever about Scrooged.
What's that?
So in the action opening sequence, right, when the guy's carrying a minigun, you remember that bit?
Yes. Yes, it is.
That is the exact same prop that was used by Jesse Ventura in Predator.
Nice. Not bad.
What the? Why?
That's awesome. I like that.
Oh my god.
Yes. So, couple little things to mention here, like you can you wouldn't tell this is a Richard Donner movie. Like, you can't really tell that this is the same guy that made Superman, apart from one scene, where the scene where the Jacob Marley character, I can't remember the character's name in this, but holds Bill Murray out the window.
Yeah.
And then drops him, and it suddenly looks like the blue screen flying shots from Superman.
Yeah, totally.
You can totally tell it's the same effect. And then,
yeah.
It's good fun. Yes.
He was just like, I need to get that seat shot in somewhere.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of interesting questions to sort of round it off if we're nearing the end.
Yeah, we've got a bit more. We can go for a bit longer.
A bit more.
Okay. So my first question, right? I know what your answer to this one is, Jake, but Alec, what would you say is your favorite Christmas movie of all time? What's the one that you have to watch every single year? If you have one, that is.
Probably Home Alone.
Home Alone. That's a good choice.
I just like Home Alone.
Fair.
I just think it's fun. Yeah. It's a fun movie.
Good bit of
Home Alone 2. Home Alone 2 is great as well. But Home Alone's the best one.
As long as it's not Home Alone 3.
Oh, God.
Home Alone 2 is it's a great movie, but you're like, really? Again? Like, this happened twice?
It's the same movie, but in New York. It's
good, though. It's good.
It's good fun.
It is a great film. Macaulay Culkin is a great actor.
Donald Trump's in the second one, man. He actually is.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about his 3-second cameo in a Hilton.
Yeah. Is that a Hilton? It's not a Hilton.
I think so. Is it not? No.
It's something. It's one of them.
It's something similar.
It's a big fancy posh hotel.
Yeah. What's your favourite Christmas movie, Sean?
So the one that always comes to mind, I've watched this pretty much every year without fail for the last 26 years, is The Wizard of Oz.
That's not a Christmas movie.
This is not a Christmas movie.
No, but here's the thing. Let me argue this point. It's on every single Christmas. It's
the same as The Great Escape, and everyone watches that at Christmas. But it's not a Christmas
just a
movie.
Good family fun time, I guess. Yeah.
Also, good thing about Home Alone 2 is Tim Curry.
Oh yeah, shit! Tim Curry's in that.
Oh, yeah,
I love Tim Curry.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. I don't know why this sort of became a tradition for me to do every single year, but the one year that I almost missed it was when I did the Wizard of Oz pantomime when I was a stage.
You're just like, I'm not watching this again.
That put me off it for so long after doing that pantomime. Totally. Christ.
Totally.
Yeah, that's fair, man. That's fair.
It was good fun, that pantomime. I kind
my
of
favorite Christmas movie is Die Hard.
That's fair. Honestly, is not the answer I was expecting. I thought you were going to say Scrooged.
Scrooge is probably second, but yeah, probably Die Hard.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Hashtag.
Yeah, it is. We should not have that debate. It's a really boring debate.
I know, it's so bad.
It's only boring because we all agree.
I know. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no one is arguing against it at all.
No, at all.
Okay, Slightly different question. This is going to be an interesting one. What would you class as the greatest Christmas movie of all time?
What, like on an objective level? Like
Objectively, yeah.
Oh God! Oh,
Yeah,
John,
see?
the hard
I've got it.
questions.
I've got it.
Alex got it. What?
Yeah.
Santa Claus 3, Tim Allen.
Santa Claus 3: The Escape Clause.
The escape clause with thingy as what's his name as Jack Frost.
Oh, God.
Yeah, who is that again? I can't remember his name though.
He's the campest villain of all time. It's so good. I love Tim Allen is Santa Claus though. Like, see when you see him in Santa Claus makeup and the whole thing, like he just looks like the Coca-Cola Santa. Do you know what I mean?
The Coca-Cola Santa.
He does.
I can get what you mean.
Totally
yeah, like
does. He's got like the cheeks, the right bone structure for it, and all that. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just It's a shame he's a crazy person, but you know. Well, yeah, there's a lot of stories about him. He's prison time and things like that. But
he's only crazy because he has to deliver so many fucking presents on Christmas Eve.
He's stressed out.
I don't know anything about his personal life, but I do like his acting.
There's loads of stories about him on the set at least the first Santa Claus movie, just like fucking hating it and like shouting at the kid actors.
That's such a good movie as well, though.
I know.
You've
I love
ruined
that
it for him,
Santa
Jake.
Claus. It's when they're in the diner and all that. It's quite funny.
So, Alec, you can change your answer now.
No, I'm sticking with it. Have you seen the Kurt Russell Santa Claus movies?
The
new ones?
No, I have not.
I don't think I have.
They're actually good.
Yeah.
Well, you'd know if you saw it. They came out last 2 years. But they're actually good.
Okay, I definitely haven't seen them.
It's Kurt Russell Santa. You'd remember that.
Yeah, exactly. The Christmas Chronicles are good. They're actually good. I'm telling you, like for a Christmas movie, do you know what I mean? Like they're all bad in a way, do you know what I mean? But
absolutely.
so it's as good as a Christmas movie can really get, do you know what I mean? And the second one is also Chris Columbus directing it, and he's like the godfather of Christmas movies. Do you know what I mean? Of like, because he did Home Alone, he did.
Oh yeah, of course.
Do you know what I mean?
And the first couple of Harry Potters, if I remember right.
Yeah.
I think so.
He's so good at that kind of like warm, homey kind of movie kind of thing, the family movie kind of thing. Like that's totally his vibe.
Like even the first Harry Potter, they're going to get to the Christmas section of that. It feels like that.
Well, everyone watches Harry Potter at Christmas as well, don't they?
That is true. Yeah.
Maybe not the last one.
Do you have an answer?
What, Fantastic Beasts?
No, I just like the towards the end of the Harry Potter series. It's
when they get really dark.
Yeah.
We might do Harry Potter at some point. Do the whole series.
Mate,
that could be fun.
Yes, I'd love to do Harry Potter.
after we rip the shit out of it.
I just end up slating the movies, like because I love the movies, but the books are just so much better. Like,
yes,
yeah,
this is true.
Do you have an answer, Jake?
I mean, if we know, I don't want to give the obvious answer, but in terms of movies that are Christmas movies, what's the best, like the most well-made one?
Mm-hmm.
It is Die Hard, isn't it? Like, like it kind of is.
If it wasn't Die Hard.
If it wasn't Die Hard, but it is Die Hard. Home Alone,
Stop
I don't know.
Miracle on 31st Street is
34th
good.
Street.
34th Street. 34th.
80th, I don't know.
That's good. That's pretty good.
I only saw that
It's
once.
like Santa in court, like protesting that he is Santa.
Imagine trying to sue
the wee
Santa.
lassie from Matilda's in it.
Mara Wilson, yeah. She's great.
Yeah, I've only seen that once when I was like 8, so I don't really remember it. But
yeah.
See, I've got two choices for that answer, for my own answer.
Oh, actually, I think it's for me, my favourite Christmas movie is between Home Alone and The Grinch, because I do love The Grinch.
Oh, I love The Grinch. Jim Carrey's Grinch is incredible. It's
I
so
like The Grinch.
funny.
I know a lot of people don't like that movie, but I really like that movie.
I love that movie. It's got Taylor Momsen in it.
Yeah.
She's the worst thing in it, to be fair. But
who doesn't love Taylor
she's a wee
Momsen?
kid. You can't.
I know, but her song is painful.
It's cute. It's a wee
Which
kid
is kind of
singing that
ironic,
song.
isn't it?
Where are you, Christmas?
Mate, she's a beast of a singer now, but
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
she is now.
fucking
Yeah,
hell.
absolutely. But it's quite fun to
Could
just
you,
shows
I
like
wonder
that.
if somebody should like overdub that with like how she sings now. Like she should
Yeah, just
re-sing
like-
that. It would be so funny.
Just like someone makes my medicine.
If we ever meet her, we're gonna ask her to sing her own Grinch song.
Have you
Please,
heard the new
just
Pretty
for
Reckless
us.
song, by the way? 25.
No, I don't think so.
Not
It's good.
yet.
It's really good.
I've not had time.
It's good. It's very much looks like it was. So you know, like every time there's a Bond movie, you get all the tracks that like got submitted but didn't make it.
Yeah.
Sure.
And obviously, it is the 25th anniversary of the Bond movies, and this Pretty Reckless song is called 25. So it's very much seems like this was submitted for the Bond 25th anniversary movie, but didn't make the cut because it's it's very Bond-like. Do you know what I mean?
Ooh. I'll
Wait,
give that a listen after we.
25th?
Yep.
Bond's been around since the 60s, man.
It's the 25th anniversary. It's something 25.
25th, it would be 1995.
It's something 25 though. It is.
It might be an anniversary from a particular one. I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I get where you're coming from. It's No Time to Die is the next one coming out, right?
Yeah.
That's the
Yes.
25th Bond movie. That's what it is.
25th Bond movie. That's what I meant.
Oh, okay.
I get where you're coming from. That's all right.
Yeah. So
It's
it's
like, that doesn't work.
yeah.
Google
So
saves the day.
yeah. So it's the 25th one. So it very much looks like that was submitted for that, but didn't make it because it's such a Bond.
Okay.
It's very Bond-like. You should check it out. It's
Yeah,
good.
totally. Yeah. Okay.
Christ, 25 Bond movies.
I
I
know.
know. Let's not do them.
Nah.
There's like two good ones. And
Watch two.
Casino Royale and I don't know, maybe one of the Pierce Brosnans. I don't really know. Like none of them are that good. If I'm honest. I'm not a Bond fan at all.
I like Bonds, but I'm not like mental on them.
Yeah, Casino Royale's the best.
Casino Royale's the best one. Out of the Daniel Craig ones, the best ones, Casino Royale and Skyfall, and the other two are terrible. No, but I'm saying if you had to choose, no, they are.
Yeah.
Skyfall is better than, like, it's the next best one to Casino Royale. If you had to choose out of Craig ones, honestly, it is.
It might be Quantum of Solace for me. I'm not really sure.
Oh, Quantum of Solace is guff, man. The villain is a water salesman. Do you know what I mean? Like, come on, man.
It does say a lot that. It does say a lot that I literally don't remember what the villain looks like in that movie.
It's a French guy that sells aqua. For God's sake, man.
Yeah, I don't like Skyfall, but at least I remember Javier Bardem.
That's what I'm saying. He's a good villain. Like,
yeah.
Fair.
I like the subway chase scene. It's quite good.
No, there's the good stuff in Skyfall. It turns into Home Alone at the end, which is a bit weird. But
what was the movie that I watched where it turned into Home Alone? It was the Babadook. It was the Babadook. I watched the Babadook, and then at the end, it was like, this is Home Alone. It's when the kid has to he sets all the booby traps and all that, and he's
one like tripwire.
No, he doesn't. He sets a tripwire. He does a few things. He's got the wee like gadget that he's made and all that throughout the movie. It just turns into Home Alone. It's God's sake.
Wow. Okay.
It totally does.
Okay, we're gonna move on from that. Sean, go ahead. Give us yours. Give us your Christmas movies then.
The best. Hang on a minute. I need to recover from that fucking. What the fuck? Objectively, the two best Christmas movies in my head are, well, three actually. Yeah, I'll do three. Nightmare Before Christmas, Edward Scissorhands,
of course,
and It's a Wonderful Life are my top three.
I like all three of those. That is true.
Objectively, I would say is the perfect
Nightmare,
Christmas
It's a
movie.
Wonderful Life, and what else?
Edward Scissorhands.
Is that a Christmas movie?
I would class it as a Christmas movie.
I mean, it's set at Christmas. There's a plot line revolving around snow angels. You know, like I think that counts.
Yeah, I've not seen that in a while. I used to
The scene
watch
where
it.
he's cutting the
I've seen it like
fucking
loads of
hedge.
times because I had it on DVD, but I've not watched it in ages.
Yeah.
I think it's a great film. I will probably watch it soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I may watch it
do
after
that
this.
next Yes. Let's get back to Scrooged for a little bit.
Oh yeah, we tangented
because we got sidetracked for like 10
I know
minutes
that's
there.
gonna happen. That's gonna happen.
yeah, totally.
Christmas
Yes.
soundtrack.
How do we feel about just in terms of the actual Charles Dickens story? Like the whole thing is, he's visited by these things and he turns out to be a good person at the end. He's a charitable, nice person at the end. But is he? Because really, he doesn't want to die. Like that's really his motivation at the end of the movie.
For me, I was shocked that he. I thought I was shocked that he like came so easy to what the ghosts were doing to him. Like I thought he'd be like, as Bill Murray in the character, I thought he'd be a wee bit more reluctant. Like, see when they said, or like with the waterfall bit that he said, like everyone cries when they see their mum or whatever from their childhood.
Yeah, totally.
And then he did cry. I was like, all right, okay. So he is just like everyone else. Like I thought it was gonna be like he was gonna be more stern, and then he would break more later on. Do you know what I mean?
Think partially, I think partially part of the point of that is that I guess it's kind of an act from him. Like he's not actually this terrible a person. He just kind of puts that out there because it gets him away once. And like, you know,
I don't know. I can kind of counter argue that when him and Claire get invited out by the director of the company, and he just flat out says, "No, we're going to the dinner with the director."
Yeah, like
I think in my head, my theory is that his character is very driven by wanting to succeed, and his ultimate failure in his head is dying a failure.
Yeah, no, they kind of bring up a lot the fact that he's a workaholic. Like the Christmas party in the past, he's not celebrating at all. He's just kind of still working in this party. Like
he's in the background doing things.
There's that line about he says to her like, she's still trying to change the world, and she says he's still trying to run it. You know, like Like, I think more the idea.
I think it definitely would have added to the movie a wee bit if they had maybe moved it along a wee bit faster, and then at the end we saw like him actually being a good person and not just like being happy with a flash mob. do you know what I mean? Like actually seeing it in practice a wee bit. Like maybe fast forward to next Christmas or something.
Possibly, yeah.
Just like a wee scene or something.
Yeah, no, I get it. Like to be fair, like that is how most versions of that story end. Is he's like, you there? What day is it? He gets the turkey and he goes to visit his brother. That is usually where the story ends. So I guess they're just keeping with that. Sean, what were you going to say there?
My one big gripe was that like is the same thing that Alex said, that he doesn't feel like he's being generous enough. See if he had went off and went, you like to his secretary, like, you here have a raise. Here's your bonus, and just gave her a like. Yeah, like he didn't.
There wasn't any.
There's a lot of
there wasn't any
that
part where it. He didn't rectify what he'd done wrong. Like we didn't see that.
I guess
like he didn't even. I was waiting for him to give that guy his job back, and I didn't even hear him do that.
Yeah,
he does say like you're getting a raise. You're getting a raise. You're being in charge of marketing or something like that. Like,
does he? Okay.
Yeah, it's just during the middle of a crazy rant. So
okay. I was trying to pick up on it, and I was like,
no, I guess the point to some extent as well is that just like he's been given the lesson, and on that night he's like happy and he accepts what he has to do, but the ending is open in terms of does it stick? Like, does he stay that person through the rest of the year? And it's just like the movie's just giving you like, okay, he's been given this lesson. Now
it's up to him.
It's up to him to kind of stay that person. You know? And like,
see, that's what I love about even the Muppets version. It's like you kind of like go, is he going to stay like that forever now, or is that just like, is he going to just slip back into his old ways?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Or will he just sit in a drawer because he's a Muppet?
He's not in the Muppets. He's Michael Caine in the Muppets.
That's true. That's true.
We're half right.
That is what's great about the Muppet movie. How it is like the real actor portraying Scrooge, and then all the Muppets.
Yeah, he's the one real. And he just never. Does he ever address the fact that everyone around him is a puppet?
No, never.
I don't think you're supposed to.
They obviously, I think they obviously did a version of that where they had like a Muppet as Michael Caine, and they were like, "Shit, this doesn't carry through emotion at all." Do you know what I mean? Caine, we're gonna have to bring you in, mate. Like,
give him the long tailcoat and the stick and the hat. It'll be fine.
Yeah, totally. I bet you they tried that.
Yes. Couple a couple of little things I wanted to bring up. There's a couple of quite impressive fire stunts in this. Firstly, the guy on fire in the restaurant, which is just legit a dude fully on fire. Like I know there's safe ways of doing that, but it is quite an impressive thing, and there's people around him quite close to him just eating dinner.
There's a few kind of horror-y moments in this, isn't there?
Oh yeah.
Like not horror, but like definitely not your normal Christmas movie, like what you'd expect in it. Like almost like PTSD, like flashbacks, and do you know what I mean? Almost.
Totally. What was the BBFC rating for this film? Was it?
I think it's a 15.
15.
Wrong, but
see if it was a 12A back when 12A meant something.
yeah.
That's before 12A was a thing.
Is it actually?
Yeah, 12A came in with the first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie. Yeah. Well, because the whole thing with that was that like superhero movies weren't as big a thing then, so like there was like a Spider-Man movie's coming out, your kids can come and see it, and then it was rated 12, and people were like, oh, like why you rated this 12? I want to take my kids to see it. So they made 12A as a way of like kids can come see this with parents, and then they went to see it and realized that like that movie, like an hour in, Spider-Man's pushing a guy's head through glass windows and things like that. It's definitely a 12 rated movie.
It's a PG. I didn't know that. Back when PG meant
Scrooged?
something. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Back when PG meant something though, like
Aye.
from the 80s and 90s.
I think that I did spot with this is that those kind of scenes where he is in his office does kind of look like, if you've seen The House of Bly Manor, it does look like Henry, what's his name? Henry Thomas. Henry Thomas's character.
Yeah.
It looks really similar where he's sitting there with his drink and it's very eerie and
Yeah,
I think Henry Thomas would make a good like horror Scrooge if they were to remake. If they were to do another Scrooge, wouldn't he? He would.
Oh man, like a Michael Flanagan,
like a really dark
Scrooge movie.
Yeah, totally. With Henry Thomas.
That'd be cool,
wouldn't it?
Oh, I'd like that. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I'd like that a lot.
But like just super like scary. Like you would legit get like scares from it.
Yeah. Well, because that's the original story. It's pretty dark and creepy.
Totally.
And,
they could even make it like not present day, but like an old school one and do something.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
What a great actor he turned into though. Like that
Henry Thomas.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I've heard some people have mixed feelings about his accent in Bly Manor, but
I think he was good.
I think
he's creepy.
I think he works. Yeah, I think he works.
I think he's great in Haunting Hill.
Hill House. Yeah,
Hill House. Yeah.
That man has devil eyes in that show. It's really creepy.
Yeah, he's good though. He's really good. And they really cast the older version of him really well.
Oh yeah, that guy's great. I can't remember that guy's name, but he's really good as well. Yeah.
Sorry, I was having a moment there. I decided to Google it and see if it was a real thing. The horror Scrooge thing. It is a real thing.
Okay.
Okay.
Directed by who? Starring who?
When my computer decides to stop freaking out, I will tell you.
Okay.
So there we go. Right. Who's in it? It came out last year, actually. Apparently.
Oh, really?
Let's see.
Like, is it a Netflix thing or?
It's Christmas Carol.
Straight to DVD kind of thing.
He's
the deets, Sean. Come on.
I'm looking. Just give me a second. I was watching the trailer as we were talking.
It's kind of what Netflix films are, aren't they? Like straight to DVD movies. It's like
I mean, most
of them
like
can be.
they make some good stuff to be fair, but like
Netflix originals.
I don't know if I've seen a really good Netflix original movie. Like they make great TV shows, but I don't know if I've seen a really, really good movie yet.
There's a few, I mentioned on the last episode, the trial of the Chicago 7. That's really good.
I think they're getting better because I remember at the start they were just shit. Like they were just bad. Do you know what I mean?
I've not seen I've not seen Extraction. I know that's meant to be quite good.
I've seen it. It's wait, Extraction or Extinction? They do Extinction as well. You seen that one?
Extraction's the Chris Hemsworth action thing.
Oh, I've scuffed, man.
Oh, was it? Okay, I've heard good things.
Yeah.
So, all right, I think I found who's directed it. So the director is a guy called Stephen Knight. I don't know if you've heard of him.
I know that. Yeah, I know that name.
He directed Peaky Blinders, or some of the a lot of the Peaky Blinders stuff. What else has he done that might be of note?
Oh wait, yeah, of course. Sorry, it's Stephen Graham playing Scrooge, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah, Stephen Graham with
Oh
and
yeah,
Guy
okay,
Pearce
yeah.
is
No,
in it
I
as well.
haven't seen it, but I've heard it's really good. Okay, yeah, I totally forgot about that.
So
Yeah.
that's a horror version then.
Apparently.
Yeah, or at least a really dark version. Yeah, no, I remember seeing the trailers. It actually looks really good.
Is it a miniseries
Stephen
or is it a
Stephen
horror?
Graham's amazing.
What's it called?
Just a Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
Predictable.
Speaking of Christmas horror movies, have you guys seen Krampus?
I have indeed, and it's amazing.
I have seen Krampus. Yeah,
Really
it's,
good.
it's surprisingly good. It's the kind of movie you think is going to be terrible, but actually it's a lot of fun.
I remember watching it last year, like, this is going to be pish, and then I woke up in the middle of the night, like, oh god, Krampus.
Krampus is coming.
Great, I'm gonna die.
Yes, quickly mention the other impressive fire stunt at one point.
Oh,
when
yeah, sorry.
Bill Murray's in the coffin.
Oh
and
yeah.
Yeah.
Cremated.
Actual Bill Murray, and his feet are just on fire.
Yeah, totally.
just set him on fire. It's
A lot of
fine.
great practical effects.
There's some fun kind of like and like in deliberately hokey as well. I like
They're fun. Yeah.
like the
comical.
The big skeleton arm comes out the TV and it's clearly just a massive like foam hand.
Yeah, I like that though. Like at least
Yeah,
it's
totally.
real. Like
Yeah, totally. Yeah,
Practical
it's a lot
will
of fun.
always beat CGI no matter what. And you can look at the last Mad Max movie to confirm that.
totally.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh man.
Right, I think I'm out of notes.
Cool.
I have
Which
out
I
of trivia.
guess is an
That might be a
indication that
wrap.
We should. Yeah, it might be a wrap.
What time
we
we
can't say it's a wrap. We're stealing that from another podcast if we do that.
Nah, that's not
This is the
trademarked.
end.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. Any final thoughts on Scrooged?
I
is
thought
a
it was
fantastic
well-made
film.
movie. Bill Murray was a grumpy bastard. It was good.
Bill Murray's always a grumpy
And
bastard.
he
That's why we like him.
so is, I know. It's just his role.
It might be grumpiest Bill Murray. Also, you get a nice good bit of Bill Mullet at one point.
Oh, Bill Mullet is the best. 80s Bill Murray. That's so good.
I love
Fantastic.
it.
Any final thoughts, Sean?
I think it's a great Christmas film. I have seen it before, and but it's very memorable now.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah,
there was there's
100%.
a lot of scenes where I was like, I do recognize that, and I do remember that.
Yeah, totally.
It's a good one to watch.
Yeah, it's good fun. One last search everything I forgot to mention. His brother James is played by John Murray, actual Bill Murray's brother.
Oh, shit.
Oh, really? Is that actually his brother?
Yeah.
know
I was
that.
thinking
Yeah.
they looked really alike. Like,
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it works very well. He's actually quite good in it as well. Like I didn't really
it's
know
good.
he acted, but
yeah, he is good.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think that is a good place to leave it.
Yeah. Happy Christmas, everyone, because it will be Christmas Day when
Christmas.
this is released.
That's right.
Yes, it shall be.
I hope
Just
you
know
got.
that I've been up all night till Christmas Eve editing this for you.
Nah, you'll have it done.
bastards.
You're welcome. Bye.
Is that Scrooge over there?
Don't worry, you've only got another few weeks of this to deal with.
So, yeah, I'm the one not getting Christmas off. You know.
Are you not getting Christmas off?
Well,
No,
you
I
can
am.
He's editing for us.
Just editing this.
Oh, yeah,
no,
totally.
I'm joking. Yes, so that is Scrooged. I hope you enjoyed us talking about that. Hope you enjoyed the movie if you watched along. This is kind of part of the concept of this podcast. Is we encourage everyone to watch the next movie. It's just occurred to me that we haven't fully discussed what the next movie is going to be as I say this, and I'm just going to keep talking
no.
desperately.
Wait, we can wait a minute. We
had
can
an
edit
idea
it.
before.
Let's decide,
Hold on a
and then
minute.
you can edit this bit out.
We've discussed the movie.
Okay,
We've discussed what we're going to do.
we slipped away for 5, and now we know.
We just went
Yeah,
for
we're
a quick
good to
break.
go. We are going to do a little horror movie next time.
No, no,
we are
no,
going-
no, 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 no.
Yes, we're doing one that none of us have seen, which should be a fun time. We're doing Hereditary.
Yay!
Hereditary. I have not seen this. I've seen Midsummer, which is directed by the same person, but I've not seen Hereditary.
My yays are an involuntary reaction.
Yes, I've seen the trailer, and it looks pretty spooky. So,
It does look pretty spooky.
and whenever I've looked reviews, like as you do on IMDb and all that, people are genuinely saying that it is
Yeah,
scary.
totally,
so
yeah.
that would be good.
Yes. Yes. This episode today came a little earlier than we said it would. So we were going to plan to do these every 2 weeks, and we brought it out a little earlier just so we could line up with Christmas a bit better. But yes. But yeah, we're going to be watching Hereditary. Please, if you haven't seen it, Or if you have seen it and you want to watch it again and you want to kind of just keep up with what we're doing, try and watch Hereditary between now and whenever the next episode comes out, and then you can take part in the discussion.
Yep. Make sure you follow us on our Facebook page, Salt River Pictures, and all that, and then you'll be able to see whenever we can update you and when we're putting out an episode. Also, if you have any comments, you can leave them there as well.
Yes.
Any opinions?
Send them to us. Yep. We should, little point of order. We said that in the last episode that the email is saltriverpictures@gmail.com. It is not. It is saltrivermovieclub@gmail.com. I think we made a Salt River Pictures one a while ago and then forgot the password.
I'm calling you out, right? Whoever out there made the saltriverpictures@gmail.com, we're after you, right?
Yeah. Either we forgot the password or someone stole it.
My God.
And we're coming for you and your Gmail.
We're gonna do a Gmail heist.
A Gmail heist. Jesus.
But yes, thank you for listening. Thank you for taking part. I hope you enjoyed Scrooged. I hope you enjoy Hereditary.
Yes.
I've heard it's very, very, very stressful.
Yes, should be fun.
Please get in touch. Like the page on Facebook. Like our band page as well. We are in a band. We are in the band Salt River Shakedown. We do blues rock, classic rock type stuff. And
plug,
I think that's us.
Yep. Merry Crimbo.
I think Merry Christmas to you all.
Merry Christmas.
The bitch hit me with a toaster.
Hello there.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
Stay on target.